Hey guys, what's happening? So we are back with more Predator vs. Black Panther for part 2. And I gotta say, so far we've been given a pretty in-depth look into this Predator's background. So we know why he's in Wakanda and what he's after, and he's been doing a pretty good job going after it. You know, with him catching Wakanda by surprise and all. But now that the element of surprise is gone, it's time for us to see how well this Black Panther and his people can adapt to this new alien threat. So with that said, I got a link below to the full playlist for anyone who needs to get caught up. And if you're enjoying these videos, be sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and don't forget to hit that bell up top to get all notifications. Alright, so coming back, at this point the Predator and his scouts have already infiltrated Wakanda, and it was fairly easy for them to get past Wakanda's cloaking technology and energy shields, since the technology was very similar to what the Yautja were already using. So after getting in, they immediately took over Wakanda's control station and locked down Wakanda's shields, which at the time caused Shuri's ship to crash into the energy dome when she attempted re-entry. And the last time we saw T'Challa, he'd been caught off guard by a sneak attack after attempting to reach out to Okoye, and he wasn't even able to get her the full message before their comms were jammed. So for the time being, T'Challa's down with no communication, while Okoye and the others are looking to find him and figure out exactly what's going on. And even though Okoye doesn't know that they're being hunted by predators, or even what predators are for that matter, what she does know is that something's not right, so she's highly suspicious of this being some sort of attack. So she's making sure that they search with caution. And right here, when they go further into the jungle to find T'Challa, I like what Benjamin Percy mentions here about Okoye, because we're told that she's a great warrior, which I think most people already know, but it goes on to say not just because of her strength, but also because of her awareness, because it says she knew everything around her as if her nerves extended into the vines of the jungle. She saw the python curling around a branch. She heard the rusty chirrup of the clawed frog. She smelled the burbling pockets of methane. She clocked 1,000 other observations in the space of a few seconds. But it was the lack of a certain sensory detail that narrowed her attention, because the birds in the canopy were silent. And it's right here where one of the members of the Dora Milaje, Nala, gets snatched up into the trees. So quickly, Okoye tells her soldiers to form a cluster, stand back to back, only for it to soon after start raining blood. So they go spears up with an electric attack, which manages to get this predator to come out from the trees, though sadly it's already taken Nala's head as its trophy. And after this scout predator steps out, Okoye and the others are able to take it down quick. And when they do, mind you, this is their first time having ever seen a predator, so they're not exactly sure what this thing is, how intelligent it might be, or even if it's alone. And surely enough, they find that out the hard way, as the other nearby predator scouts open fire, forcing Okoye and the others to get out of there. To where following this, next we jump back over to T'Challa, who's just now recovering after taking multiple plasma beams to the head. And all he's really aware of at this moment is that whatever hit him, it would have killed him had he not been wearing his Panther suit. So for a moment here as he gathers himself, he starts to remember some of the things he saw leading up to this, like the cloaked object in the sky, the mysterious dead birds, and then it dawns on him, the last thing T'Challa did before heading up to the treetops was reach out to Okoye before their comms got jammed. So this has T'Challa racing back, hoping to find Okoye and the others, but when he does, all he finds is a dead predator with Nala's severed head next to it. But at least now, T'Challa's enemy has a face. And I mean, even though to him it's not a familiar one, but this at least lets him know that whatever he's dealing with, it's not human, and it can bleed. But right after finding this, T'Challa hears a scream nearby, coming from another member of the Dora Milaje, so he goes to check it out, only to find her trapped in another scout predator's mechanical net, which, as you guys know, these things get tight and they'll cut through skin, muscle, and bone. So quickly, T'Challa cuts her free, but mind you, through the course of this, he's learning more about the enemy, because after being attacked, he realized their plasma blast couldn't penetrate his vibranium. And in addition to that, his vibranium was able to cut right through this net. He knows that they're using cloaking technology, he now knows what they actually look like, he knows they can be killed. So piece by piece, all of this information's come together. But as soon as T'Challa frees her, another scout predator starts coming. And following this, we next head outside the Wakandan border, and it's here where we finally get a little bit of good news, because Shuri is still alive. But as it stands, her and Magikina are locked out of Wakanda, since the predators have came in and taken over their defenses. So for Shuri, the first thing she does is make sure that Magikina is okay. But right after that, she attempts to hack the perimeter shield so they can get back inside. But as soon as she tries to, it's immediately noticed by the predators who took over the control room. So right away they send out a scout to investigate the attempted perimeter breach. Cause as it stands, they've practically taken control of Wakanda, so they're not trying to let any additional help just stroll in. But on top of that, they already know to some degree that Shuri was trying to get back in, so they more or less have an idea of who they're going after right now, in the case of Shuri. So next, since Shuri doesn't have a way of communicating with T'Challa or anyone inside, Magikina from the River Tribe, he uses the nearby water to find out what's going on in Wakanda. And as soon as he does, he finds out these predators have killed a number of people. So when Shuri asks him what did he see, he tells her, "I see the death of Wakanda." And he goes on to tell her something has come for us, a horror I don't recognize. And as soon as he tells her this, Shuri is then snatched up from behind and pulled inside. And just following this, when we go back to T'Challa, there's a moment here where he catches the translucent movement of a cloaked scout predator that, like we saw, was trying to get the drop on him. And for T'Challa, it seemed like he was staring into a reflection of wind-blurred water, much like the cloaked object he saw in the sky before. So for a moment here, it's like he acts like he doesn't see it until it gets close enough so he can grab it and actually fight this thing. So right away, T'Challa goes for the head, hoping to disable it, kicking the scout predator into the water. And it makes for this moment here where we're told that T'Challa, he always thought he would have to protect Wakanda from the United States or Russia or China, a world power kind of threat. Because at first, it's almost like that's who he was expecting to be an intruder. But now with him discovering this enemy is from a whole different world, that in itself makes this threat a bit more intimidating, because it introduces the possibility of this creature having weapons technology that surpasses Wakanda's. So in this moment, when a crocodile sneaks up on this predator, it's a relief to T'Challa to know that even this creature is subject to the law of tooth and claw. But T'Challa doesn't just leave this whole thing up to chance, because on one hand, he would rather take this predator somewhere and figure out a way to interrogate it so he can learn more about who they are and where they're from, that kind of thing. But for a moment here, as he's watching in the shadows looking like Batman, T'Challa just ends up killing this predator, because from what he could see, there's a chance this thing was still gonna kill the crocodile. And as the Black Panther, he's sworn to protect all of Wakanda, even the crocodiles. So next, the member of the Dora Milaje that he saved, she tells him, "My king, when they attacked, we forgot our training. Everyone scattered." So T'Challa tells her there's no time for regret, we must gather again. So they head out to find the others. Meanwhile, up in the treetops, the head Yautja, the leader of this clan, watches and listens from above. And at this point, he's learned quite a bit about the Black Panther too, because just now he saw him dispose of one of his clan warriors, in addition to the Black Panther surviving 3 plasma blasts to the head. So for the clan leader, this made the Black Panther more than worthy prey, and it reassured what he thought before about the Black Panther's vibranium suit being a coveted trophy. Because leading up to this, he knew how powerful vibranium was, because he witnessed it firsthand when his brother used his father's vibranium spear against him, devastating his clan before they made their way to Earth. But fast forward to now, with this predator being in Wakanda, he now has his own vibranium spear. But at this point, to him, it doesn't even seem like a prize anymore. But while he's here watching T'Challa from above, he gets hailed by one of his scouts, requesting his immediate presence. So after hearing this, he just lets T'Challa go, and he makes his way to take a look at what his scouts have discovered, which from here leads him to the Great Mound. And as he makes his way there, we're told, he was of 2 warring minds, excited by the novelty of the hunt, while trying to focus on the reason his clan had come here. Vibranium, God metal, the belly of the mountain was full of it. And as he goes inside, we're told, a greed took over him then. He imagined armor, weapons, and warships. He imagined a throne. He imagined his father and brother shamed and bloodied. The patient reclamation of his honor was before him. The brief, violent pleasure of hunting could wait. Cause it's like, man, now that he's found Wakanda's primary extraction site for vibranium, the vibranium jackpot so to speak, this dude's about to upgrade his gear, which is likely what he wants to do first before he goes toe to toe with the Black Panther. And after that, this dude just wants to build his own intergalactic empire, which from there would definitely be a problem, because his clan already has the technological advancements. And so now real quick, I want to give a special shout out to all the patrons. Thank you guys for all of your support. And for anyone who's new here, who wants more information on how to support the channel, I got a link below where you can go to patreon.com/dopespill. But that'll do it for this one, guys. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, and we'll do it again on the next one. Alright, later.